Alright, what is going on, guys? Got another breakdown for UFC Vegas 70. This one's on the main card at lightweight. We got Erick Gonzalez taking on Trevor Peek. Gonzalez is going to have a 5-inch advantage in reach. He's also 2 inches taller. So I guess I'll start with him. This will be his third appearance in the UFC. Still looking for a win. The losses came against Jim Miller and Terrence McKinney, so two very quality opponents. And then, his two losses before getting into the promotion with Combate, also respectable. Rafa Garcia and Humberto Bandenay, Contenders Series veteran. So yeah, like I said, coming in from Combate, very good promotion, but it's just really struggled to get it going. But stylistically, rangy kickboxer will keep the center of the octagon too. Doesn't have the best defensive grappling, not the best get-ups, but offensive grappling is certainly there. He's rocked some of these quality opponents. He rocked Terrence McKinney at one point. He rocked Jim Miller, but he gets into these brawls and he just kind of gets out brawled a lot of times. I do think that this fight is going to be a brawl. But yeah, it seems like a do or die fight for Erick Gonzalez. He's gotten a tough draw, but he's got another tough power puncher in here. I do think he'll have a speed advantage here, and I do think he is just a little bit more technical. But I do worry about his defense. He does get hit quite a bit. Jim Miller was just finding that left with ease. He just had no answer for it. I think he landed like 5 unanswered overhand lefts at one point in the first round. But I mean, like I said, he does have his moments. He dropped Jim Miller at one point. He rocked Terrence McKinney. So yeah, it's just I don't know. It's hard to trust Erick Gonzalez, but it's also kind of hard to trust Trevor Peek, if you ask me. I've seen some people are super high on this guy. I mean, I guess I see why why he's a fun fighter. He's got a lot of power and he's got a chin, so that can take you a long way. That fight with Malik Lewis was an absolute barn burner on the Contender Series. Lewis just starts teeing off at one point, and I think it was 43-8 in significant strikes. Almost had him out of there. Peek was just in survival mode, but he just kept surviving, and even on the ground, he gives up his back momentarily, but is just able to pop back up. And still at the end of the first round, after coming within a hair of getting finished, he's still throwing bombs. Comes out in the second, continues to just throw bombs. Everything that Peek throws is a bomb, and he eventually drops him with a knee. The knees are good, and just finishes him with ground and pound. Every shot that he had in ground and pound was heavy. So yeah, like I said, man, it's all power with Trevor Peek. His striking arsenal is I'm gonna say basic, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Let's say fundamental. That's a better word. He's got a lot of 1-2s he throws, but he goes to the body very well. Those knees in the clinch are very good. He has a front kick that he goes to, kind of like a jumping front kick. He doesn't seem to land that all that much, but he does throw it, and it is heavy. And the leg kicks, he puts everything into them too. So yeah, like I said, man, having a chin and just punching power can go a long way in the UFC. At lightweight, you might run into some problems because it's just such a shark tank. There's so many technical strikers. But yeah, we look at the record here. Not the most polished record by any stretch, but he does have some quality wins here. Kama Worthy, that's a good win. Although Kama Worthy kind of has a glass chin. It was a back and forth fight in the round that it lasted, a fun fight. But Kama Worthy's chin issues aside, I think he is 3-1 since getting cut from the UFC. He's got another fight booked soon. So, I mean, I don't know. We might see him back. Maybe not. Like I said, he was just couldn't stand up to the power punch. I think it would go the same if they brought him back. But, yeah, for Trevor Peek's purposes, this is a good win. David Robbins, not familiar with him, but he did get that one done with ease. Most of Trevor Peek's fights are on YouTube. So, we look at the odds here, and Peek is the -190 favorite. And I agree because it's just it's two guys who aren't super technical. Maybe Gonzalez is a little bit more technical, but they both tend to get into brawls, and we've seen Peek's chin tested in a couple of these fights, especially on the Contender Series. It's solid, and Gonzalez is hittable. I just think eventually Peek is going to overwhelm him, and I think it happens kind of quick. I think there's a very good chance that this fight ends in the first round. We'll see what we get for over/under. If it's over/under 1.5, I might like the under 1.5, but yeah, I don't love it, and I don't love it as much as the Tapology votes would say. This kind of shocked me. 93% for Peak, and it's like it was 95% a couple days ago. So, yeah, I do like Peak because it really just for me it's just coming down to chin. In this one, and like overall defense, I don't think Erick Gonzalez is a very good defense. I think he's gonna get overwhelmed and put away by Trevor Peak. But I mean, you just never know. Gonzalez has shown that he can just land the perfect shot. If he just fights the fight of his life and it just has all the movement on the outside, he's gonna have a speed advantage. He can maybe find that shot. If he works in his own wrestling and just ties up Trevor Peak on the ground, that could be a factor. He could tire him out. But I think Trevor Peak has shown a decent ability of popping back up. I mean, he does expose his back. So I mean, if Gonzalez is looking for that, it could happen. But yeah, I mean, I do like Trevor Peak. I'm gonna go Trevor Peak by knockout, but it's not like a high betting priority for me. Like I said, I don't love it like to the tune of 93% on Tapology. It's kind of like a lower level fight, lower level betting priority for me. Fun fight for sure. From a spectator's perspective, the whole card's pretty good. But yeah, for betting, it's a low level priority for me. Though I am gonna bet Trevor Peak by knockout. So thanks for watching, guys. Sure, subscribe and take it easy.